What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going over how exactly I want these Tangram videos coded. I'm sure you guys probably have a decent idea. This is probably going to be more detailed than what you need, but I figured I might as well be more thorough than accidentally being not as thorough. So to start off, what I have here is I have subject 9. This is the start of their video, I believe, or start of their experiment session. I believe they have 2 videos. And I have the first tangram structure open over here, which is just the B. As you can see, I am on the bottom, which means that the tangram structure is going to be upside down. And so for the sake of simplicity, I rotated it. I believe on the lab computers, you should be able to rotate the videos so that you don't have to, rotate the image of the tangram structure like I did. But um, for the sake of this, I don't think it's too hard. So we're just going to do it this way. So yeah, first thing first, have this open, ready to go. Open your spreadsheet. And what I have here is 7 columns, which the information which goes into each of them should be fairly straightforward. Subnum just refers to the subject ID. So up here it says case-type9, so we know that that's subject 9. Tangram number, this is going to be the first structure that they make, so that'll be 1. Trial number, obviously they haven't started yet, so this is going to be the first trial. And the rest of the information we can't fill out until we start going. So now that everything is ready, we can just go ahead and start. I'm going to go ahead and skip forward to when we actually start going. Here, obviously, I'm reading the instructions, giving them their tangrams. A little too far. Okay. So first things first, I put 1 yellow down. Obviously you can't tell which of these 3 yellow pieces it is because there's nothing to reference it by. So I'm just going to go ahead and let myself put the second one down. Once again, it's still ambiguous. And then I put that. So now it's all clear. So we know that this is yellow 1, this is yellow 2, and this is white 2. So let's just go back, make sure we have the order right. So that one, yellow 2, cool. So we go back here. In Kevin move block, start off with yellow 1. It's the final location, so we hit 1. The second move was yellow 2, and just this block right here. So we'll do a 1. And then the third one, we'll just let it play out, is white 2. So now I'm done. Do W2 for white 2, hit 1. And so now that it's the end of my turn, what we can go ahead and do is, actually we'll save that for later. So now we're done with my turn, so let's move on to the participant's turn. So she does the first 2 blocks simultaneously. And so when that happens, when it's ambiguous whether or not yellow 1 or yellow 2 should come first, err on the side of imitation. So what that means is for this one, we're going to say yellow 1 came first and yellow 2 came second. So even though it's arguable whether or not, or it's unclear which one should be counted as coming first, we're just going to err on the side of imitation and assume that she did it in the same order I did. And so now we can see she froze there for a second with white 2 in the wrong position. But because there was no kind of clear intentional leaving of the piece, we're not going to count that as a non-final unnecessary move. So we're just going to do W2 and 1. And so now that we're done with both of our turns, see what she's done, we'll go ahead and fill in the trial number. That was all trial 1. And start with trial 2. So we'll keep going. First thing I do is that one. So blue 1, it's final place. Next one I do is a white piece. I don't know which white piece it is though, because I don't know where exactly I'm going to be putting it. So here we'll just do a W, just leave it as a W and a 0, just so we can fill it in later. And we still have the order information. And so then we have white 1 being put into its final place. So do that. And let's see, so now I move that white piece, so we know that it's white 4. So we'll do white 4, 1, and we'll change this to white 4. Cool, and now I'm done, so now it's her turn. Same thing, she puts it there but doesn't commit to it in any apparently meaningful way, so we'll just go ahead and not include it. So yeah, she definitely puts blue 1 down first. So we'll do that. She then puts white 1 down. So what we have now is our first opportunity, or the first occurrence of her not imitating an unnecessary action. And so what we're going to do is just, for this column, insert NA. And then, yeah, so for each trial, there should be the same number of turns for each of us within a trial. And where exactly you put the NA will vary. But usually it will be in the place where the unnecessary turn that I took or the mistake that they made kind of occurred within a sequence. So here, it's so here, just in my sequence, I did blue 1, W4, W1, W4, because she skips this unnecessary move with W4 and goes straight to W1. We'll just put it here. And yeah, she already did W1, so we'll just do that, W1, W1. And then lastly does W4. So it's arguable. You could argue whether or not, oh sorry, this should be a 1. It's arguable whether or not kind of her not including this in her own sequence should throw off kind of this entire sequence and kind of make it so that this is the only instance of imitation in this entire turn. But like I said earlier, I'm going to err on the side of imitation, and if they kind of maintain components of the same sequence, like if they have, here they had 2 turns which are the same as my final 2 turns, I want those 2 turns to be matched up if it's feasible. And so that's another reason why I put the NAs right there. And so now that was the end of turn 2. So we'll just fill this out. Start of turn 3, or trial 3, excuse me. Start off, put yellow 3 down in its final place, so Y3, 1. Start this up. So I put the green triangle in the wrong place. There's only one of those, so I know it's green 1, and it's a 0 because it's in the wrong place. And then white 3, 3, 1, and then I put green 1 into its proper place, and then I'm done. Green 1, 1. Now it's her turn. So she starts off with white 3. So she does not do, so when they kind of skip turns like this, it becomes a little more difficult to determine where exactly to put the NAs. Let's see, so if it's ambiguous like this, it's sometimes useful to kind of continue forward. So as you can see, she forgets to put yellow 3 down entirely. I remember this participant had been complaining because she hadn't had coffee that day, so she's probably pretty tired. And so what I would do is I would put NA, Well, actually, so yeah, so I wouldn't put an NA down for this. I would just do white 3, 1, and then green 1, 0. But so what's interesting about this is that it is actually, so that even though these are both green 1, 0s, they're different moves. And so what I want to do for this is introduce an NA. So so if I do an unnecessary move that they do not imitate, then the NA will go on their side. If they do a different unnecessary move, or if they just make a mistake, the NA will go in my 2 columns. So it should become a little clearer once we kind of see what else she does. So for turns like this, it's going to probably be necessary to kind of look forward and then come back. Okay, so she starts off with white 3, which we already have, then does green 1, 0, and then does yellow 3, 1, and then green 1, 1. Okay, so it's the same. So yeah, same number here, same number of turns here, but it actually is a bit. Yeah, the amount of imitation that appears to occur here is actually illusory, right? Because she made that mistake. So what I want to do is where my green 1, 0 is, and this is kind of arbitrary because they're so it's a little arbitrary because like the only thing that really is going to match up now is this green 1, and then I guess in the W4 as well because she started with that, or sorry, the W. Oh yeah, no, never mind. There's gonna be no imitation for this one. So for here, we'll put an NA, and for mine, what I'll do is after hers. So we'll just move these down and introduce some NAs. And so that way the number of turns is the same, and this G1, this green 1, 0, so this unnecessary green move, which is different in both circumstances, is not counted as an instance of imitation. And so that's what we want. So yeah, so then now we'll go back. Yeah, she does white 3, green 1. Oh, look, I'm done. What are you doing? No, I'm not. So then she does that, yellow 3, green 1, final. So yeah, so that looks good. We'll fill out the rest of these third turns. Start with fourth turn. I start off with a blue. We don't know which one it is though. So it's blue 1 or blue 0. Put B3 there. Do its final spot. So B3 1. B2 1. And B4 1. And so now that we know that this unnecessary one was B4, we can go back here and change that. Cool. So now the B is done for me, so we'll see what she does. So here she does do the unnecessary move. We don't know exactly which blue it is though, so we'll just once again mark it as B0. And then once again, she's kind of doing both of them simultaneously. But so we'll just, like I said, err on the side of imitation. So we'll say that it's the same order. And so now we know that that one has to be B4, and it is. So B4, 1. We go back here and change B4. Cool, finish this. And so that's the whole first tangram, that's the whole B. So we will extend this out. And so I'll do one more video for the second tangram, but I want to cut this one off so it doesn't get quite, it doesn't get too long.